Hey, how's it going, guys? It's March. It's snowing. It's annoying. That rhymes. I'm weird. Some cool things that I've been up to is I went to Cedar Point Winter Chillout. That was fun. We had kind of like a soft opening for some cool mechanical model flat rides that were like right front and center in the gift shop, so that was cool. There was Millennium Force lift hills there, which were amazing, and then all the other coaster cutouts. So that's always exciting to see. I get all geeked out about it because they're just like my favorite. And then like it's like there's like this one picture that was always posted. It's like post a picture, or what's the saying? Tell me you were at Winter Chillout without telling me you were at Winter Chillout, or whatever the thing is. And it's like this picture. I got one. Everyone else got one. And then while everyone's, taking that picture, I'm here looking at like the bolts on Valraven. I'm like, someone with their pneumatic wrench here is just scraping off paint. So that's like the nerd in me when everyone else is checking out, all the cool other shots. So it was fun. We got to go check out all the cool exhibits, which has been posted like crazy. I was thinking about doing like a Matt walking around Winter Chillout, but there's so many other ones out there. Plus I was also just way too into everything going on. I didn't even like film too much. I took a bunch of pictures, thought of other cool ideas. So yeah, it was a great time. I would totally recommend it. Like I said, I was too into everything going on. I didn't even realize I should be taking pictures or videos or whatever. Getting up close to the track is awesome. And it's even better when, you can actually see it and touch it. That's cool. Thought that was a lot of fun. So with that, this episode is going to be a cool one. We're going to do some of the newer generation Intamin track. And I do read the comments, and I did get this one from the Swedish Coaster Lad. First of all, great video, and it's really nice to finally see you back on YouTube. I'm trying. Can you maybe do the Intamin modern single double spine type found on Velocicoaster and Conda? Would really like to see that. And by the way, I really appreciate all the work you do. Thanks. So I do read comments. We'll do that today. I've also seen a couple other ones right down here. It's like, are you gonna do one for B&M as well? Yes, but not today. So we'll do that another time. I am trying to shuffle like the categories of videos. So this is designing track for 3D printing and fabrication. So we'll do that next time. How about that? So if you want me to do stuff, put it in the comments, and this is proof that I will try to do it. Now, if you are a first timer tuning in, I will first start by saying, please go back, check out some of the previous videos. These are all kind of compounding on top of them, so you kind of need to watch one to see what I'm doing, to then see what I'm doing now. I also see that a lot of people just don't understand what's happening when you jump right in, because it is kind of complex and I do a lot. But if you actually start from like the first video and watch on, everything kind of builds on itself. Because if I was to redo everything from square one, every video, these things would go on for hours as I just kind of like hold your hand and guide you through the dark, scary tunnel. So I'm going to be skipping ahead here. And another thing that I like to do is show you other ways to model the track pieces, because there's so many different ways to do it. This is a way to do it, not the way. And I like to show different methods. So in this method, we are going to take like two parts really. We're gonna have our rails, our spine in one part, and then we're gonna have our cross tie in a separate part, pattern that, and then combine it all together at the end, which we haven't really done in any of the other videos. But to skip ahead a bit, you don't have to do it this way, but I'm going to reuse the coordinates, curves, everything that we did in Excel from our first Intamin video where we did the triangular track, and we're gonna bring that in and use that data to now make our like newer generation, which it's just me skipping a lot of steps. And also I guess you could also add a secondary down for your dual spine, so you can do it that way. I'm going to show you that you don't need that, but it will help, and it would actually make your design probably more robust. So that's something to think about. Let's talk SolidWorks. So I'm going to make a new part, and I'm just going to save it in my directory, which has all my coordinate files. All right, so we're going to do file. We're going to save this in the right directory, which we are. We're going to name it main file. We're going to save it. Now this is where I'm going to get some heat, but we're going to skip ahead. So we're going to grab our curves. And here they are. So you should recognize this from the previous video. We got our 3 curves. And what we're going to do is we're just going to get the spines lined up and they're ready to go. And then we're going to get the rails lined up and ready to go. So let's just make our plane on the starting points here. Just like this. We will sketch on it. We will just make sure we have projected surface here. And we'll just start sketching this out just to make a construction. Make sure everything's good to go. There you go. What do we want to do next? I guess we can make like our dual spine. So I'll put a circle somewhere on here. I don't know what size to make it. I think I did. We'll try 0.45. I think that looks okay. And we'll locate it at some distance away from our rails here. I'll do 0.45 again. Why not? And then we should be able to exit out of here. Actually, let's do one more thing. We need to pierce into this guy just to make sure it follows it. So that is just constrain it to our guide curve. And then we'll just sweep it. So we'll sweep this guy. We will follow this curve. And we will make a guide with the other rail, which we pierced into it. And we will say options, follow path, and first guide curve. And ta-da, looks great. And then we're gonna do the other one. I guess you could argue, Matt, we could do these in the same sketch. Okay, that's cool. I guess I didn't. So we'll just kind of grab all these guys. The other one, look at that. And then we will get our other one. So let's do this guy. He's gonna be at a distance of 0.7. Sure. And this guy will be 0.45 also. Ta-da. And we will pierce our guide curve just like we did before. I think that should be enough. And we will sweep it. There's our curve. We need our guide curve here and our option to follow path and first guide curve. And there we go. So we got our spine, which looks fabulous. And I'll just kind of hide this stuff so it cleans it up a bit. And I guess for the rails, we can kind of be a little lazier here. I'll just do sweep, circular profile. I think like, I don't know, 0.1875, maybe 0.2. I don't know, let's see what looks good. Yeah, it looks fine. And I'll do the other one. 0.875. There. Okay. So that looks great. So we're gonna save this as our main file. Now we're gonna make our cross ties. So this is a little different than what we've done in the past. So let's dive into a new part. Oh, I forgot. So one last thing before we jump into that part. We need to make a new sketch and we're gonna copy over our profile here so that we have this. So we'll do this, we will copy, and now we'll go into our new part and we're gonna name this cross tie. So file, save, cross tie, and we will draw on our front plane here. We will bring in this guy, just line up to the center here, and make our lines like we've done in the past. So this will be our construction lines. Just make a construction. Boom. And then we'll fix. So this is how we're gonna start doing our cross tie. Easy breezy, right? So let's take a look. I got this picture from the internet. if we're gonna try to do Velocicoaster with the 2 spine, it looks like we got like some sheet metal pieces and what appears to be just a tube bar stock going across. Some of them are a little different, but we're not gonna get that crazy. We'll just do a standard tube. So let's go back. Let's take a look here. So let's just start with the standard cross tie first. So we'll just take this piece, right? We will also take it off as a construction line, and we'll just make it into a bar. So very generic. I don't know, like 0.08. No, 0.18. 0.17. That looks good. All right, and let's go back to our main sketch here. So that's cool. I think another thing to look at, we need to have our sheet metal come into the side here, and it kind of blends into this guy. So let's just do like that, right? And we'll mirror it. This is for like that side sheet that kind of like brackets into it. And we'll make them construction lines so that we have that handy. And then we'll go back and we will make a new sketch. I'm just gonna keep referencing this one. So we'll grab this curve and then call that a day, because now we're gonna make a plane on this. So we're gonna select, I think we can do it like this. We'll just select this line and we'll say perpendicular to the front plane. Booyah. And then we'll start drawing on this thing. And I think if I flip this, it's gonna get all wonky. Oh, no, it looks pretty good. Okay, so we know we have to have our sheet metal come to this point, and it kind of like looks like this. Now maybe we'll just go a hair beyond it, because it's gonna intersect into the tube, and we're just trying to make this 3D printable. So we'll go like here, and we'll bring it way out, and then let's just take our other side here, and we know it's gonna kind of stick out a little beyond, right? Maybe I'll take this a little more. Take that a little out. And we'll just make a spline and make it really look like that Velocicoaster one. Maybe it's like a little more. This is all like subjective to whatever you want it to look like. I'm not gonna make it perfect. I'm just here to record you the fundamentals of how I would do it. So look at that. That's, it's kind of ugly. I think this needs to come in a little bit more. Or like, something doesn't look right. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Is that close? Maybe it looks kind of skinnier. Maybe my tube's too big. Maybe this needs to come out more. Whatever. We'll figure it out. That kind of looks okay. Eh? Maybe. It just looks fat and chunky. We'll go back. Hold on. Something just doesn't look right about it. This is, as I said, it's all subjective. There, that actually looks pretty good. And then we can fillet this. So we can just kind of fillet this guy at, I don't know, 0.02. Perfect. Okay, that's looking bueno. And then we got to mirror it over to the other side. So we'll just make our middle plane here and mirror it. I love mirroring everything. It's just the best. Look at that. Oh, looks great. Oh, now we got to do that like X thing in the middle, which that's gonna be a doozy to do. So let's give that a shot. This is like, what do they make it look like? I don't know. So we'll convert this guy. We will grab the edge here to make this. This is where everyone's gonna laugh at me, because I just can't ever make this look good. So let's do this. We will take this off construction. We're gonna need that. We'll take this one off, because we'll need this. Oop. Yeah, okay, it's off. Okay. This is where like you really have to be creative. Like, how does that look? Is that close? I'm so bad at this. It's like that. I whisper a little good. It's all subjective. I don't like any of these. This has to be like way up here. Actually, let's start over. This is so hard. It's like, I want to make it look just like it, but it's not. It's just like, Sure, that'll work. All he had to do was just start over. Okay. Cut that. Cut that, cut that. Let's see what happens. Hey, that's actually not bad. It could be better, but whatever. Let's see you do better. Hey. I like it. All right. So one other thing is, since this is circular, we do have to go a little bit above and beyond. So I will just bring this up like that, and it should be okay. Sweet. And then since we are sketching the middle, we needed to make it by mid-plane. And there we go. Then we just gotta make it look like it. So I think we'll just put a fillet in here. I don't know how big. That kind of, maybe it's a hair bigger. Sure. And then we will do this. We'll just, I don't want to take up too much time. I also don't want to go too fast. So we'll just kind of just go first. Oh, we should probably just convert this so we actually have a line that's center here. There's like a triangle thing going on. Right? It's like kind of like that. Maybe it's like a hair like this. This is not rocket science. This is just me just trying to make it look like it. I'm sure there's someone online that's like, nope, Matt, it's actually like some dimension by some dimension, and it looks super different. I just need to be close. All right, internet people, what do you think? Is that kind of, oh my gosh, that's not right at all. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, I gotta select all of it. There, we're at the line here. And, it's like close, but like not. I see what's going on here. Good enough. It's gonna be like some like weird like Bob Ross thing. It's like, and we're gonna put a happy little fillet over here. I hope this is enjoyable. I should just start talking about like weird coaster facts while I do this. It's close. And we'll just do this one. We'll be like 0.005 something. Yeah, that looks good. It's like, it's something like this. Who really cares? That's not bad. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so this is our cross tie. There's 2 more things we got to do. We're going to do a 3D sketch. We're going to put points at the center of these rails here because we need to be able to locate this. I'll put one more down here, and then I will put one more up there. So now we have plenty of points to locate this on our part, and we can save it. And there's our cross tie that we're going to merge with everything else. I think we got everything. Now, if you want to be a total stickler and say, I want this thing to be perfect, let's just make a plane on this line. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. They have like a plate, actually. This might not even show up where it's at. It's like, there's like this plate thing that they have here. It's like something like that. We'll just eyeball it, and then we'll extrude it to up to a vertex, which will be here, right? Because really, if you look at it, there's like a plate on the side that they weld it to, so it kind of looks like that. And then we'll just take our, our mirror, or our plane, and then mirror it over. There. Mirrored over, looks fabulous. Actually, I'm just gonna move this just a hair so we actually see it out here. Yoink. Beautiful. All right. So that's a little more accurate. I don't know. Make it how accurate you want it. I'm just going to show you. So now we're going to make an assembly. So we're going to do File, New Assembly, and we'll first bring in our test piece here. Ta-da. And then we will bring in our cross tie, and we'll just put it in space for the moment. Pretty cool, eh? And I'm just going to save this as track piece. Like the spell. There we go. So now I want to be sure I can see my curves, my points, and now we should see them. Okay, great. Hide that. So now we need to locate and pattern the cross tie along our spine and rails here. So one way you can do it is we'll make some points here that are evenly spaced along this rail. So what we'll do is we'll go back into this part. We'll just, actually we can probably edit it in here, right? So we'll do points. We will select the curve, and yeah, 9 looks actually pretty good. So we'll do 9 points here. We will get 9 points on the other one. So looks pretty good. And then you can grab 9 more on the other. You need to be careful though, because even though these are evenly spaced, depending on your track, it might not line up, and you need to make sure you project your points. I think this track piece, there's actually only a minor twist in it, so we'll do it for this example and just kind of slap it there. I might not use them actually because it is not necessarily correct. All right, and then we'll mate it. So remember those points that we made at the center here? These should line up perfectly. So we'll make that point go to there. All right, we'll grab our other point, make it go here. Look at that. I think now we'll just see if we can line up this one with this point like that. And now it is defined in a way. Oh, that looks pretty close. So you got little plates there. I think it's good. All right. So that came out really good. I'm so happy. I get worried sometimes. Okay, cool. So let's go back into this part, and actually I'll just open this part, and we need to add a surface because this is what we're going to pattern on. So we'll do a boundary surface between this curve and this curve, which is our rails, right? We'll hit okay, and we're going to do one more. We'll do a boundary between, I don't know, the rail and that center line, right? And I'll show you why we're going to need that in a second. So save it. We will go back into our track piece. Okay, so we got our cross tie, got our planes, surfaces, and now we're gonna do a curve-driven pattern. We will select one of the rails as the direction that we're gonna go on. Components to pattern is our cross tie. Face normal, we need to do tangent to curve at face normal, which is this guy. Make sure the direction's going the right way. I picked like 1.2, that's close. We can get it more accurate if we actually measure. And we will make sure we go the distance of the track, and look at that, it looks beautiful. And hit okay. And let's hide that surface so we can actually see what's going on here. We'll hide the other one for the moment. So look at that. That looks pretty good. I like that a lot. So yeah, this is looking fabulous. Let's do another thing. Before we move on, let's hide all these guys because it's getting a little messy here. But we need to connect the spines. So, and it's really interesting how they space them. Like we're gonna make these tubes here, and I'm sure it's, you know, determined by the stresses seen on the track. That's how they figure out where to put them. For this example, I'm gonna arbitrarily throw them in and pattern them at some distance, right? So there's really no method to what I'm gonna do here. But let's just make a line to put it in there, and we'll make a plane. We will make a sketch here, and I just need to go from like the center to the middle here, right? And we can line this up and make it perfect, but I'm trying to make this a little quick for us. And we will make a plane that goes on here. This is gonna be really straightforward here, right? And I want to insert a new part on here. And what we should be able to do is right on the center, we should be able to draw a circle, or not draw a circle, draw a circle. And I think the rails were 0.45. These are a little bit smaller, so I think 0.35 is okay. Maybe 0.4, because they're relatively the same. And we will make it go until the end of this vector. I should be able to do it. There we go. And that's the part there. So that's a way, not the way, just some way to connect the two. And then we'll just pattern it the same way. Now remember, we had this secondary surface here. Now we need to make sure it touches wherever. So we're gonna do curve-driven pattern on this direction. I said touching wherever. The part you are patterning needs to touch the curve that's touching the surface. I hope that makes sense. I'm botching it. Someone's gonna be like, that doesn't make sense. Probably doesn't. Here's a lot of these. We don't need 9. We need like 5, 1.8, 2. Perfect. Good enough. And there you go. That's looking really good. I think there's only one more thing we got to do for this guy. So let's hide all the stuff we don't want to see. So we'll hide our points. We will hide our curves. We will hide this sketch. We will hide everything. And the last thing we got to do is let's go back into this track piece. I know what you're thinking. We need to find a way to connect these track pieces, and I agree. So what we will do is we will just make a flange, 2 flanges at 0.6, 0.6, and we will extrude it back. That's a little big. And we will do the same for the other side to get our other flange on the other side here. So we do this side, we will do 0.6 is I think what we said, right? So 2, 6, 6. And you can put your bolt holes in there, right? Man, it's looking good. I love it. Should I put bolt holes? Do we have time? Let's do it. Let's just do it. Do it, Matt. If you're watching still this far in, thank you. I like that you have spent your time with me watching me basically Bob Ross a track piece. All right. Oh, I should probably pattern the sketch so that I can reuse it. That would be the smart thing to do. So let's give it a shot. I'm doing this live. This is not pre-recorded. I don't know what I'm doing. And entity to pattern. See, it always gets messed up. I always do something wrong here. There it goes. How many holes do you think are on these things? 8? Doesn't move. No, definitely like 16. It's a lot of bolt holes. I don't know. Look how many bolt holes they have on this thing. We'll roll with it. There's so many. Alrighty. We can do this. We can put on this. It's on the same surface, so this works. All I'm doing is just copying over. We actually copy this and we'll use it on the other side. Then we'll just throw this through. Ta-da! I'll line it up perfectly, but we built it in so that it should be, there you go. And now everyone can sleep happy. Okay. And we're gonna go back to the assembly and look at that. So now, this is where it gets a little interesting because it's an assembly part. I mean, we have, let's see, we have a pattern of cross ties, we have our rails, our spine, we have these spine connectors. So everything's just kind of in space and it's intersecting itself, which is fine, at least for SolidWorks' point of view. We're gonna do file, save as, and you're gonna save as a file type as a part. So this will bring it all into one part. And we're gonna say whole track piece, if I can spell. And we're gonna open up the whole track piece, which I think it might, no it won't. So we're gonna open it up. And I'm just gonna say no, I don't need to know what features are in here. I built it. Now, this is where it's gonna get fun. Insert features, combine, and we will combine all these imported bodies into one part. And now this is one solid part that you can 3D print. So if I went File, Save as, STL, and say whole part, look at that. It is now an STL file that you can 3D print. That was from an assembly that looks like the newest Intamin track, designed in SolidWorks, with a lot of Matt just tinkering around. If we were to really dive into the design into it, everything would be dimensioned perfectly. Everything would be fully engineered to be like the track style. But this is just to show you another method of putting together track that uses different bodies or different parts in an assembly to bring it all together. So I had a lot of fun doing this. It actually came out pretty good. I hope you enjoyed this. Next time we do a track piece, like I said, I'll take a look at B&M. One cool thing is we're reusing the same points for this track. So I'm hoping once we get through this series, I'm gonna 3D print all the track pieces we did, starting from like the 4D to the RMC Raptor to Intamin, other Intamin, and we'll lay them all out and they'll be the exact same path in just different formats. So that's kind of like the cool thing that we will get to eventually, but I'm just so happy with how this turned out. It's very interesting to see the different styles. Like, I don't know how they manufacture this track. This is just me kind of just going off the one image. This one with the birds, I just Googled Velocicoaster. So that's kind of how I just design everything. You just find an image and just get it close. And if it's not perfect, oh well, it'll be fine. One other thing, let's just take a look at. If I was to make a section, right? As I said, this is all one part. So I just want to like put this out there. That's not just stuff in space. So that's what the combine does. And I just wanted to show that to you. So there you have it. Please like, subscribe, comment below other things you want to see. I am slowly trying to get back into diving into what you guys want to see and go from there. This was a lot of fun. If you want to find ways to do larger track sections, this can be applied to like a whole layout and then you divide it up after. I did just see that recently of people doing that. So as I said, the best way to do it is just whatever works for you. There's so many different ways of designing track. It's crazy. It's unfathomable, like just how many. But this is a way. And I hope you learned something today. I'm here to just geek out about coasters with you. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.